Tough to win games if you don't score runs. About that simple.
Questions?
What did you think of Javen's performance to start?
It's Javen. I mean, that's what he's been and what he's done, and didn't necessarily have the best stuff. Struggled with command a little bit at times, but that dude just, minus what happened last weekend, what I saw from him last weekend was just kind of wow, and what I saw from him tonight, that's what you expect. I mean, he did it 2 years ago at Arkansas. That's just what he does. He's going to go out, he's going to compete, and he's going to give you a chance to win, and he did that tonight for us.
Is there anything you saw specifically last week that you had to work on with him to bounce back like this? Or is it just a bad outing last week?
It's just a bad outing. Yep.
And then what did you think of Keeler? Keeler?
Yeah, I mean, again, came out through strikes, through multiple pitches for strikes. That's who we knew we were getting when we got him in the portal. Going to be really, really competitive. Stuff isn't going to blow you out of the water, but he throws 5 pitches for strikes. And if you're throwing those for strikes, you're always going to keep teams off balance, regardless of what your stuff is. He can pitch both sides of the plate with the fastball, throws a slider, change, cutter, curveball. I mean, so what we saw from him was really, really good stuff. And that's what he has to be able to do, is he has to be able to mix constantly to be able to keep teams off balance, and he has to be able to pitch fastball to both sides. When you have a guy that doesn't have above average stuff, teams can say, okay, I'm just going to time opposite and look for everything away. But if you can get inside on him every once in a while, then they have to respect that too, and they can't cover both sides of the plate. So his mentality and what he's been through, just not what he's done from a baseball standpoint, but what he's been through in his life, that dude's not scared of anything, and he's experienced real adversity. So what happens out here is nothing to him. So he's going to be quality for us all year long.
Scoring runs hasn't exactly been a problem the last few weeks. Did you notice anything different tonight? What was different about those plate appearances?
I think we were trying, right? And what we talk to guys about all the time is trying is not it, right? It is, you have a plan, you go out and you execute your plan. And I think we had big swings, and we didn't execute the plan that we had in place. And had we gone out and executed the plan that we had in place and then still not been successful, well, then now you tip your hat to the pitcher for saying, okay, we did what we were supposed to do, but you did what you were supposed to do better than what we did. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. And so that's something that our guys have to kind of get a grasp for and understand, that we need to be able to make those adjustments in game.
Even despite that, you've got 2 guys on base, tied the game against a top 10 team. Do you feel more, I guess I can go big picture here, but do you feel more prepared to face a top 10 team like Auburn right now than maybe before?
Well, again, for me, we talk to our guys about it all the time. It really doesn't matter who's in the other dugout, right? You need to play the game the same way regardless of the opponent. And we pitched it well tonight. We played good defense. We didn't have good enough at-bats. And so regardless of whether the team's the number 1 team or top 10 or the worst team in the country, if you don't go out and play well, the result could potentially be the same. And so for our guys, what you did see was what we've shown all year. We're not going to stop fighting until the 27th out is made. And now if we could have just taken that determination of what they wanted to do and turned it into execution, then we might be sitting here talking about a great walk-off win.
You've used the phrase with, when I've talked to you before, when the lights come on, who will be? I know that's a little bit ironic tonight, but how do you like where the team is heading into this stretch where it is just going to be big games essentially from here on out? How do you like that mentality of the team right now?
We'll find out tomorrow, right? Tonight was that test of, hey, it's conference play, it's Friday night in the SEC, it's going to be a pitcher's duel. You came up on the short end, and you came up on the short end again. And I don't want to take anything away from Auburn and what they did. We made mistakes, they took advantage of the mistakes, and that's what we talk about in this league all the time. The SEC is about just that. I liken it to that of a tennis match. It's just going to be volleying back and forth and waiting for the first unforced error, and then when that first unforced error happens, somebody's going to take advantage of that. And we walk a guy, we get to 3-2 count. Bubs had been 0 for 3 and hadn't looked good in any of his previous 3 at-bats. We throw a changeup, just a little bit too much up. He does what he's supposed to do, and that's the ball game. And so it's really that simple. What I liked was Kaler came in, managed it, got us in a position. Like you said, we're there at the end with the dude at the plate that with one swing of the bat, he can change the game. And then we get runners at second and third, and there's 2 outs, but you got the tying run on second base, and you got another dude at the plate that's shown the ability to drive a gap. He drives a gap there, it's a tie ball game. So it's just one of those things where, again, we have to take desire and want and turn it into execution. And when we do that, we'll be in a really good spot. So hopefully we learn from this, and then we make the adjustments as we move forward.
Did you kind of see the mentality that kind of switch at the plate going into the 9th inning, and was that kind of the reasoning for the rally that you guys kind of had started to accumulate until the final out?
I think maybe with those 2 guys that came up there, I mean, Cam Benson has obviously been really good for us all year. That's kind of the thing that we've been asking him to do. You got the 2 strikes. He's shortened up, and the guy's throwing 93, 94 miles an hour. Hey, man, all you got to do is put the barrel on it, right? They were shifting him, so the backside of the field was open, and he finally took advantage of those things that we've talked about him being able to do. And so for us, again, if you get somebody to spark it, well, then the next thing you know, we've been a little bit contagious like that, to where somebody gets that hit, and then it just kind of everybody else feeds off of that, and so we just ran short.
Are you confident your players can make these adjustments and execute tomorrow?
We'll see. No, I am. I mean, we've shown that, again, we've battled some adversity all year long, and they've shown the ability to do that. And so the big thing for me is don't get in your feelings. It's one game, and it's one game that you were in control of what the outcome was to some degree. So are you going to change that and now enforce your will on the other team to put us in a position to get game 1, to have the series be tied up, to give us an opportunity to win the series in game 2?
You guys have had quite a few doubleheaders already. Do you feel more prepared tomorrow, going into tomorrow with another doubleheader?
I mean, when you take last year and this year, we've run the gamut of those. So yeah, you know, we're at home. Advantage for us, and when you have a doubleheader in that type of situation. And so yeah, it's again, come out, play good baseball, get a good pitching performance, have quality bats, continue to play good defense like we've been playing, and good things can happen.
What do you think of Cam's Superman catch?
Again, he's a elite defender, right? And so not being able to produce at the plate, well, we need you to produce on defense. And so if you can't produce hits, for me, we talk about it all the time, taking away a hit is just as important as getting a hit, because that's one less base runner, and that's the name of the game. Getting base runners and getting them to go that full 90 feet to second, 90 feet to third, and then scoring. If you can keep them from getting base runners, and you're stealing outs at that time. When you make plays like that, that's supposed to be a hit, well, then we stole an out that wasn't supposed to be an out. So those things are key for us.